In today's world, it's really rare to find someone who doesn't watch a series. And that's because they make our lives much brighter and more diverse. After all, each time with anticipation and excitement watching the next episode, we experience together with the characters a variety of situations and emotions. The idea of this series is quite interesting and intriguing, so it is curious both in terms of its plot and in terms of the cast. The possibilities for the development of such a plot are endless, which is why right now it is being discussed all over the world. The future premiere has a high expectation rating, and the creators have already announced the exact date of the release of the new episode. The show of the episode should be expected on April 10th. This series has been a godsend for many viewers. No wonder why there is so much excitement around it. So many people are now looking forward to this episode, and it is to be hoped that it will bring us many incredible experiences.
Have you ever watched a film or TV show and found yourself completely immersed in the world on screen? The characters, the story, and the dialogue may all be important elements, but it's the scenery that can truly transport you to another place and time. Scenery is more than just a backdrop to the action. It's an essential part of the storytelling process, a visual representation of the world the characters inhabit. The right scenery can create a mood, evoke emotions, and add depth to the narrative. Imagine a Western without the sweeping vistas of the American frontier, or a sci-fi movie without the futuristic landscapes that transport you to another world. The scenery helps to create a sense of place and time, drawing you into the story and making you believe in the world on screen. But it's not just about creating a believable world. Scenery can also be used to add symbolism and meaning to the story. Think of the ominous, foreboding castle in a horror film, or the idyllic, sun-drenched countryside in a romantic comedy. These settings tell us something about the tone and themes of the story. Scenery can also be used to reflect the emotional state of the characters. A bleak, rainy landscape might mirror a character's sadness or despair, while a bright, sunny scene might indicate their happiness or hopefulness. One of the great things about scenery is that it can be used in so many different ways. It can be used to create tension, to set the mood, or simply to make a scene more visually interesting. The possibilities are endless. Of course, it's not just about what's on screen. The right soundtrack can enhance the scenery and bring it to life. The sound of waves crashing on a beach or the chirping of birds in a forest can create a sense of atmosphere that draws you further into the story. Have you ever found yourself absolutely hooked on a new TV show, eagerly awaiting the next season, only to be disappointed to find out that there won't be one? It's a frustrating experience, and one that has become all too common in recent years. So why do shows end after just one season? Let's explore some of the reasons behind this phenomenon. One of the most common reasons for a show to end after just one season is poor ratings. It's no secret that TV networks are in the business of making money, and if a show isn't bringing in the viewership numbers they want, it's unlikely to get renewed for another season. In today's crowded TV landscape, where viewers have countless options for what to watch, it can be difficult for a new show to break through and find an audience. Another factor that can contribute to a show ending after one season is creative differences between the show's creators and the network. A show may have a unique vision and style that sets it apart from other shows on TV, but if the network executives don't agree with that vision, they may choose to cancel the show rather than take a chance on something new and different. Sometimes, a show may end after one season simply because it was only intended to be a limited series. In this case, the show's creators may have had a specific story they wanted to tell, and once that story was complete, there was no need for additional seasons. Limited series have become increasingly popular in recent years, and for good reason. They offer a chance for creators to tell a complete and compelling story within a set number of episodes, without the pressure of having to come up with new plotlines to sustain multiple seasons. Limited series can also attract big-name actors who may not be interested in committing to a long-running TV series, but are excited by the prospect of working on a shorter, more focused project. Another advantage of limited series is that they can be more experimental and daring than traditional TV shows. With only a handful of episodes to work with, creators can take risks and push boundaries in ways that might not be possible with a show that is intended to run for multiple seasons. Limited series can tackle complex subject matter, and can be more visually and narratively ambitious than other TV shows. Casting for roles in films and series is a fascinating process that requires a great deal of skill and expertise. It is the first and one of the most important steps in creating a movie or a TV show, as it can make or break the project. A successful casting can elevate a script to a whole new level, while a poor one can ruin it. Let's take a closer look at the casting process and what goes into making it successful. The first step in casting is to define the roles and the characteristics of the characters. This is done by the scriptwriters and the directors, who work together to create a detailed description of each character. They consider factors such as age, gender, personality traits, and physical appearance. This description is then used to create a casting breakdown, which is a document that is sent out to casting directors and agents. The next step is to select the right casting director. This is a crucial decision, as the casting director is responsible for finding the actors who will bring the characters to life. The casting director works closely with the director and the producers to understand the vision of the project and to identify the type of actors that are needed. Once the casting director is chosen, they begin the search for actors. This can involve a variety of methods, including holding auditions, searching through talent databases, and reaching out to agents. The casting director may also attend theater performances and film festivals to scout for talent. When the casting director has a list of potential actors, they begin the audition process. This is a nerve-wracking experience for actors, as they must perform in front of a panel of judges who will decide whether or not they are right for the role. The audition process can vary, but it usually involves reading lines from the script and sometimes doing improvisation. After the auditions, the casting director and the producers review the performances and decide which actors are best suited for each role. They consider factors such as chemistry with other actors, ability to convey the character's emotions and personality, and overall performance. Once the actors are selected, they go through the contract negotiation process. This can involve a lot of back and forth between the actors' agents and the producers, as they work to agree on a salary and other contractual details. Once everything is agreed upon, the actors sign the contracts and the project moves forward. In every great film or television series, there is always a cast of characters that we root for, admire, and identify with. But what about the characters that we hate? These are the negative characters, and they play an essential role in captivating audiences and keeping them on the edge of their seats. Negative characters are the antithesis of the hero. They are often the ones that create the tension and conflict in the story, whether it's through their scheming and manipulation, their aggression, or their twisted worldviews. And yet, we can't help but be fascinated by them. Perhaps it's because they represent a dark side of human nature that we are all capable of but rarely acknowledge. Or maybe it's simply the thrill of watching someone who operates outside of societal norms and rules. Regardless of the reason, negative characters have become an essential part of storytelling. What makes a great negative character? It's not just about being evil. The best negative characters are those that have depth and complexity, who we can understand on some level even if we don't agree with their actions. They have a backstory that explains their motivations, and their actions are often driven by a sense of desperation, pain, or trauma. They are fully fleshed out characters, not just cardboard cutouts designed to be booed at. Negative characters also provide an opportunity for actors to showcase their range and talent. Playing a villain or anti-hero allows actors to explore darker emotions and motivations that they might not get to explore in more traditional heroic roles. Playing a negative character can be a double-edged sword for actors. On one hand, it can be a great opportunity to showcase their range and talent, as well as to connect with audiences in a new and exciting way. On the other hand, it can also be difficult to shake off the negative associations that come with playing a villain or anti-hero. This phenomenon can be both a blessing and a curse for actors. On the one hand, it can help to establish their legacy and cement their place in popular culture. On the other hand, it can also limit their opportunities and make it difficult for them to be taken seriously in other roles. That's why it's so important for actors to carefully consider the types of roles they take on and to make sure they have a diverse range of characters in their portfolio. Ultimately, though, it's the mark of a truly great actor to be able to transcend their negative characters and create new and memorable performances that stand on their own. Just because an actor is associated with a particular role doesn't mean they can't break out of that mold and surprise audiences with something completely different. That's what makes the world of film and television so exciting and unpredictable. Acting is an art form that has fascinated audiences for centuries. From the ancient Greek tragedies to modern-day cinema, the ability to portray emotions and characters on stage or screen has always been highly valued. However, not everyone is blessed with the natural talent for acting, and many may wonder why this is the case. At its core, acting requires a combination of innate abilities and learned skills. The most fundamental aspect of acting is the ability to convincingly express emotions through facial expressions, body language, and voice modulation. Some people are naturally gifted in this area, possessing a range of facial expressions and gestures that can convey a wide variety of emotions. Others may need to work hard to develop these skills through practice and training. In addition to emotional expression, acting also requires the ability to understand and embody characters. This means being able to immerse oneself in a fictional world and convincingly portray a character's thoughts, feelings, and motivations. This requires a high level of empathy and imagination, which not everyone possesses in equal measure. But talent alone is not enough to make a successful actor. It also requires dedication, hard work, and a willingness to learn and grow. Acting involves a range of skills, from script analysis and character development to vocal training and physical movement. It requires hours of practice and rehearsal, often with little recognition or reward. Only those who are truly passionate about the craft can persevere through the challenges and setbacks. Whether on stage or screen, acting allows individuals to explore their creativity, express their emotions, and connect with audiences in a powerful and meaningful way. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that acting talent can come in many different forms. While some actors may excel at dramatic or emotional roles, others may shine in comedic or physical performances. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to acting, and different roles require different skills and talents. Therefore, while some people may not have the natural ability to excel in certain types of roles, they may have other talents that make them perfectly suited for other types of performances. Writing scripts for movies and TV series is a lot of work. When you watch a great movie or binge a captivating TV series, you're not just seeing the finished product. You're seeing the result of countless hours of hard work by screenwriters, who must create an engaging story, develop compelling characters, and craft realistic dialogue that not only drives the plot but also captures the attention of viewers. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and creativity to create a compelling story that will capture the audience's attention and keep them engaged from start to finish. The job of a screenwriter is not just about putting words on paper. It's about crafting a narrative that will come to life on the big screen or in the living room. Screenwriting is an art form that requires a deep understanding of the medium. Unlike novels, screenplays must tell a story visually, using dialogue and action to convey meaning and emotion. Screenwriters must also keep in mind the time constraints of the medium, as most movies and TV episodes have a runtime of less than 2 hours or less than an hour, respectively. Of course, the writing process itself is only one part of the equation. Once a script is written, it must go through numerous rounds of revisions and edits, with feedback from producers, directors, and actors. And even after a script is finalized, it may undergo further changes during filming, with dialogue and scenes being rewritten on the fly. Another key aspect of screenwriting is mastering the art of dialogue. Screenwriters must be able to write dialogue that feels natural and realistic, while also serving to move the plot forward and reveal character traits. They must also be able to write memorable one-liners and quips that audiences will remember long after the credits roll. One of the biggest challenges of writing scripts is creating compelling characters. Whether it's a flawed hero, a charming villain, or a quirky sidekick, each character must be fully realized with their own backstory, motivations, and personality traits. Finally, writers must also be mindful of the production and budgetary constraints of their script. Writing an action-packed, globe-trotting adventure may sound exciting, but if the budget doesn't allow for exotic locations and expensive stunts, the script will never make it to the big screen. Writers must be creative and find ways to tell their story within the limitations of the production budget. From coming up with a unique idea to crafting well-rounded characters, engaging dialogue, and an enthralling plot, there are many unobvious difficulties that writers must overcome. But with dedication, hard work, and a little bit of luck, anyone can write a script that captivates audiences and stands the test of time. The future of cinema is rapidly changing in the wake of the popularity of streaming services. As the world becomes more digitally connected and consumers demand instant gratification, it's no surprise that the traditional movie theater experience is facing stiff competition. So what could be the cinemas of the future? One thing is for sure, the cinema industry will have to adapt in order to survive. One possibility is that movie theaters will become more experiential, offering immersive and interactive experiences that go beyond just watching a film on a big screen. Imagine walking into a movie theater and being transported to another world entirely. With advancements in technology, this could become a reality. Think virtual reality headsets, sensory experiences, and interactive installations that allow viewers to feel like they're part of the action. The possibilities are endless, and the potential for creating unique, unforgettable experiences is enormous. But what about the traditional movie theater experience? Will it still have a place in the future of cinema? Absolutely. There will always be a market for the magic of sitting in a dark theater, surrounded by strangers, and experiencing a film together. However, the cinema industry will have to work harder to provide an experience that can't be replicated at home. One way movie theaters can do this is by offering more premium options, such as luxury seating, gourmet snacks, and exclusive events. Another possibility is that cinemas will partner with streaming services like Netflix to offer exclusive content that can only be seen on the big screen. Ultimately, the future of cinema will be shaped by the desires and expectations of consumers. With the rise of streaming services like Netflix, it's clear that people want convenience and access to content at their fingertips. But that doesn't mean the magic of the movies is dead. In fact, the potential for innovation and creativity is greater than ever before. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and get ready for the ride. The future of cinema is sure to be an exciting one. Costumes are an essential aspect of movies and series. They add to the overall visual appeal of the production, and they also help the audience connect with the characters and the story. Costume designers play an important role in the production process. They start their work by researching the time period, setting, and characters to create authentic and believable costumes. They consider the fabrics, colors, and functionality of each costume, taking into account the character's personality and the story's requirements. Costumes can be used to transport the audience to different time periods, and even alternate universes. They can create a sense of nostalgia or fear and can help the audience understand the character's motivations and personality. For example, in a medieval-themed movie, the costumes can help the audience understand the social hierarchy of the time. The royalty would wear elaborate and expensive clothing, while the peasants would wear simple garments. The costumes can also help establish the setting, making it easier for the audience to immerse themselves in the story. In a sci-fi movie, costumes can also be used to represent the futuristic world and culture of the story's setting. The costumes can reflect the advanced technology, alien races, and societal norms of the world the characters inhabit. They can range from sleek, metallic jumpsuits to elaborate, alien-inspired clothing. The futuristic costumes can also help create a sense of awe and wonder, transporting the audience to a world beyond our own. Superhero movie costumes are designed not only to reflect the character's superpowers but also to visually communicate their persona. The costumes can establish the character's identity, values, and motivations. For example, a superhero wearing a dark, brooding costume may signify their serious and focused personality. In contrast, a brightly colored costume may represent a more cheerful and optimistic personality. The design of the costume can also convey the character's cultural background, heritage, or personal preferences. Furthermore, costumes can also be used to create a sense of irony or humor in the story. A character wearing a costume that is unexpected or out of place can add to the comedic effect of a scene. There's no denying it, actors are some of the highest paid professionals in the entertainment industry. While some actors command massive paychecks that reach into the tens of millions of dollars, others struggle to make ends meet. In fact, the vast majority of actors earn very little money from their craft, with only a select few reaching the upper echelons of fame and fortune. So what determines an actor's salary? There are a variety of factors that come into play, including their level of experience, the size and scope of the project they're working on, and even their personal brand and reputation. But what about up-and-coming actors who haven't yet achieved that level of fame and recognition? Well, their salaries can vary widely depending on the project they're working on. Independent films, for example, often have much smaller budgets than blockbuster movies, which means actors may need to take a pay cut in order to be involved in the project. And then there are the actors who work in theater, where salaries can be even more unpredictable. While some Broadway stars can make upwards of $100,000 per week, many actors in regional theaters or off-Broadway productions earn much less, sometimes as little as a few $100s per week. Of course, actors aren't the only ones earning money in the entertainment industry. Directors, producers, and screenwriters also command high salaries, and even the crew members who work behind the scenes can earn a decent living. But there's no denying that actors are the public face of the industry, and as such, they often bear the brunt of criticism when salaries are discussed. It's not just about the size of the paycheck, either. Actors may also negotiate for additional perks such as a percentage of the profits, bonuses for hitting certain milestones, or even ownership rights in the production. Traditionally, actors have been paid a flat fee for their work. This fee would be negotiated before the production began, and the actor would receive it regardless of how successful the project turned out to be. But in recent years, a new trend has emerged, paying actors a percentage of the profits. On the surface, this might seem like a fairer way of compensating actors. After all, if the project does well, then the actors who worked on it should share in that success. But as with most things in the entertainment industry, it's not quite that simple. For starters, not every project is guaranteed to make a profit. In fact, many projects never make back their production costs, let alone turn a profit. In these cases, the actors who worked on the project would be left with nothing, even if they had put in months of hard work. Despite these challenges, many actors are still willing to take the risk of being paid a percentage of the profits. For one thing, it can be a great way to earn more money if the project does well. But beyond that, it can also be a way for actors to demonstrate their faith in a project and show that they're willing to put in the hard work to make it a success. Welcome to the world of entertainment in the 21st century, where computer graphics have become an indispensable part of the filmmaking and TV industry. From the breathtaking landscapes to the realistic dinosaurs, computer graphics have revolutionized the way we tell stories on screen. But why has the use of computer graphics become so prevalent? Simply put, it's because they allow filmmakers to create things that are impossible or prohibitively expensive to do in real life. Want to show an alien invasion of Earth? With computer graphics, it's no problem. Want to recreate a historical event like the sinking of the Titanic? Computer graphics can help make it happen. But it's not just about creating things that are impossible in real life. Computer graphics can also help make things look more real. For example, imagine you're shooting a scene in a city, but it's too expensive to shut down streets and bring in all the people and cars you need for a realistic-looking shot. Computer graphics can also be used to create virtual sets, which can be used to film scenes in locations that are too dangerous or impractical to shoot in. With computer graphics, you can create a digital version of the city and add in all the people and cars you need, giving you a more convincing scene. Another reason why computer graphics are so prevalent is that they save time and money. In the old days, filmmakers would have to build elaborate sets and models to create their vision on screen. This would take a lot of time and resources. But with computer graphics, you can create everything you need digitally, which can save a lot of time and money. But despite the challenges, computer graphics have become an integral part of the entertainment industry, and it's hard to imagine a world without them. From epic battles to stunning visual effects, computer graphics have allowed us to tell stories in ways that were once impossible. Are credits necessary if no one is reading them? After all, why spend precious time and money on something that nobody will ever see or appreciate? It's a valid concern, but the answer is not as straightforward as you might think. Credits are an integral part of any film or television show. They serve as a way to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the hundreds of people who contributed to the project. From the director and actors to the camera crew and sound technicians, every person plays a vital role in bringing a story to life. Credits allow us to recognize and appreciate the effort that goes into making our favorite movies and shows. But what if no one is reading them? Does that mean they're not necessary? Not necessarily. Just because people aren't actively seeking out the credits doesn't mean they're not important. Think about it. When was the last time you watched a movie and immediately turned it off as soon as the credits started rolling? Chances are, you probably let them play out in the background while you checked your phone or cleaned up the living room. The credits may not have been the main attraction, but they were still there, silently doing their job. Furthermore, credits serve a practical purpose beyond just recognition. They are often used as a way to document the legal and financial aspects of a production. Contracts, licensing agreements, and copyright notices are often included in the credits, making them an essential part of the legal record of a project. Without them, there could be serious legal and financial consequences. Credits can also be a way to honor the legacy of those who have passed away. Many films and TV shows include, in memoriam, segments in the credits to pay tribute to actors or crew members who have passed away. These segments serve as a touching reminder of the impact these individuals had on the project and the industry as a whole. In conclusion, while it may seem like credits are unnecessary if no one is reading them, they are actually an integral part of the film and television industry. They serve practical, symbolic, and networking purposes, and they acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the hundreds of people who contribute to each project. Filmmaking is a collaborative process that involves many individuals, each with their own unique creative vision and input. While this can lead to amazing works of art, it can also result in conflicts between actors and directors during filming. The conflicts can start before the cameras even start rolling, during the pre-production stage. Directors have a clear idea of the story they want to tell and the characters they want to bring to life. However, actors may have their own interpretation of the characters they are playing, which may not align with the director's vision. This can result in disagreements about how the characters should be portrayed, from their physical appearance to their personality and mannerisms. Once filming begins, conflicts can arise over the direction of scenes. Directors may ask actors to deliver lines or perform actions in a certain way, but actors may not agree with the direction given. They may feel that their interpretation of the scene is more accurate or that the direction is not in line with their character's motivations. This can lead to tension and frustration on set, as both parties try to achieve their desired outcome. Another factor that can lead to conflicts is the actor's ego. Actors who have achieved success and acclaim may have a strong sense of self and their abilities. This can result in clashes with the director, who may feel that the actor is not following their vision or taking direction well. Similarly, directors may have a strong sense of their own creative vision, which can result in conflicts with actors who feel that their own ideas are not being taken seriously. Conflicts can also arise due to differences in working styles. Some actors may prefer to rehearse extensively before filming a scene, while others may prefer to improvise and work on the fly. Similarly, directors may have different approaches to filming, with some preferring to shoot multiple takes to capture a range of performances, while others prefer to shoot fewer takes and rely on post-production editing. While conflicts between actors and directors during filming can be difficult, they can also be constructive. When both parties are open to feedback and willing to compromise, conflicts can lead to a stronger, more nuanced final product. However, it's important for both actors and directors to communicate openly and respectfully, in order to prevent conflicts from becoming destructive or derailing the entire production. Imagine this. You've been waiting for months to watch the latest blockbuster movie that everyone's been raving about. You've managed to avoid all the trailers, teasers, and news articles about it, just so you can experience the excitement and suspense for yourself. Finally, the day arrives, and you head to the theater with your friends, eager to see what all the fuss is about. But then, you hear someone loudly discussing the plot twists and ending of the movie. Your heart sinks as you realize that the surprise has been completely ruined for you. You may feel angry, disappointed, or even robbed of the experience you were looking forward to. But why do spoilers have such a negative impact on viewers? The answer lies in our natural inclination towards suspense and surprise. As humans, we enjoy the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen next, and we like to be kept on the edge of our seats. When a spoiler reveals key plot points or twists, it takes away that element of surprise, and the experience is no longer as enjoyable. In fact, some studies have shown that spoilers can actually enhance the viewing experience for certain people. For example, some viewers may prefer to know what's going to happen in a movie or TV show before they watch it, so they can focus more on the details and subtleties of the story. However, this is a personal preference and not a solution that works for everyone. When you see your favorite actors on screen, you may wonder what they do all day on set. You might picture them sipping lattes in their trailers, getting touch-ups from makeup artists, or rehearsing lines with their co-stars. But the truth is, actors are busy creatures, and there's a lot more that goes into making a movie or TV show than meets the eye. First and foremost, actors spend a lot of time preparing for their roles. This means researching the character they'll be playing, studying the script, and getting into the mindset of the person they're portraying. They might meet with the director and other cast members to discuss their characters and the story as a whole, and work with coaches to perfect their accents, physical movements, or other skills that their roles require. Once filming starts, actors are on set for long hours, often arriving before dawn and leaving well after sunset. They might spend hours shooting a single scene, repeating the same lines and movements over and over again until the director is satisfied. In between takes, they might review their lines, grab a snack, or chat with their co-stars to build chemistry and camaraderie. But filming isn't all about the glamorous moments you see on screen. Actors also spend a lot of time waiting. They might wait for the lighting to be set up, the camera to be adjusted, or for other scenes to be filmed before theirs. This downtime can be frustrating, but it's a necessary part of the process. Actors use this time to rest, review their lines, or simply observe what's happening on set. In addition to filming, actors might also spend time promoting their projects. This could involve interviews with journalists, appearances on talk shows, or attending premieres and events to promote their work. These activities can be exhausting, but they're a crucial part of getting the word out about a new movie or TV show. The film industry is an enigma that can be as unpredictable as it is fascinating. It's a world where a small, low-budget indie flick can become an instant classic, while a multi-million-dollar blockbuster can be a colossal flop. But what is it that makes some films soar while others crash and burn? At the heart of every successful film is a compelling story. A good story is the foundation on which a film is built, and it's what keeps the audience engaged from start to finish. A well-told story can transport us to another world, introduce us to fascinating characters, and make us feel a range of emotions, from joy and laughter to fear and sadness. But a great story alone isn't enough to guarantee success. Timing is also crucial. A film that comes out at the right time, when the public is hungry for something new and exciting, can become an instant hit. For example, a horror film released just before Halloween is more likely to do well than one released in the middle of summer. Marketing also plays a huge role in determining a film's success. A well-executed marketing campaign can generate buzz and anticipation, getting people excited about the film before it's even released. On the other hand, a film that's poorly marketed can slip under the radar and be forgotten. The casting of a film is also critical. A big-name actor or actress can draw in audiences and give the film a sense of credibility. A talented cast can elevate even the most mediocre of scripts, while a weak cast can sink a potentially great film. Directors are also instrumental in the success of a film. A skilled director can take a good script and turn it into a masterpiece, while a less experienced director can ruin a great story. A director's vision, style, and ability to work with actors can make or break a film. The director's style is another critical factor that can make or break a film. Each director has a unique style that distinguishes them from others. Some directors have a particular genre that they excel in, while others have a specific visual or storytelling style that sets them apart. A director's style can help create a memorable film that stands out in the crowded landscape of movies. Finally, there's the intangible factor of luck. Sometimes a film just strikes a chord with audiences, becoming a cultural phenomenon that no one could have predicted. Other times, a film that seems like a surefire hit can fail for reasons that no one can explain. The actors are ready, but there's one crucial element missing: sound. Without sound effects, a movie or TV series can fall flat, leaving the audience feeling like something is missing. That's where the art of sound recording comes in. Recording sound effects for movies and series is a complex and fascinating process that involves a team of skilled professionals working together to create an immersive audio experience. These sound designers and Foley artists have the power to transport us to another world, to make us feel like we're right in the middle of the action. Imagine a scene where a character is walking through a forest. The rustling of leaves underfoot, the chirping of birds, the distant sound of a stream, all of these sounds must be carefully recorded and layered to create a realistic and immersive audio experience. Foley artists use a variety of props and equipment to recreate these sounds in a studio setting, from crunching celery to simulate the sound of breaking bones, to using a towel and a pair of shoes to create the sound of footsteps on different surfaces. But sound recording isn't just about creating realistic sound effects. It's also about using sound to convey emotion and tell a story. A simple piano melody can tug at our heartstrings, while a sudden blast of music can make us jump out of our seats. Sound effects can create tension, and even make us laugh. One of the most challenging aspects of recording sound effects for movies and series is capturing the sounds of real-life situations. Imagine trying to record the sound of a car crash or a thunderstorm. It's not exactly practical to wait around for these events to occur naturally. That's where sound designers come in, using a combination of recorded sounds and special effects to create the desired effect. The art of sound recording is constantly evolving, with new technologies and techniques emerging all the time. From the use of binaural recording, to the development of virtual reality sound design, the possibilities are endless. Moreover, sound effects are not limited to just adding realism or emotional depth to a scene. They can also be used to create a sense of time and place. For instance, the sound of a rotary phone dialing can transport us back to the past, while the crackling of vinyl can evoke the nostalgia of a bygone era. But despite these advancements, there is still a significant amount of skill and artistry involved in recording sound effects for movies and series. It takes years of practice and experience to master the art of Foley, to understand the physics of sound, and to know which microphone and recording techniques to use for different situations. Filming safety is not just a matter of ticking boxes or following a set of rules. It's about ensuring that every member is able to work with complete peace of mind, knowing that their well-being is being taken care of. In the fast-paced and dynamic world of filmmaking, safety is crucial, and it can't be compromised. Think of it this way: you're on set, the cameras are rolling, and the actors are performing a particularly intense scene. Suddenly, you hear a loud crash, and you turn to see that a light has fallen from the ceiling, narrowly missing one of the actors. It's a heart-stopping moment, and it's one that no one wants to experience. That's why filming safety is so important. It's about creating an environment where accidents like this simply don't happen. It's about making sure that every piece of equipment is secure, every wire is properly insulated, and every crew member is trained to react quickly and effectively in an emergency. But filming safety isn't just about preventing accidents. It's also about creating an atmosphere where creativity can thrive. When you know that your safety is being taken care of, you're free to focus on your craft, whether that's acting, directing, or operating a camera. You can push yourself to new heights, knowing that you're in good hands. It's also essential that all crew members are properly trained and qualified for their roles. For example, camera operators should be trained in working at height and using harnesses, while electricians should be trained in working with electricity safely. By ensuring that everyone is properly trained, the risk of accidents and injuries can be greatly reduced. One often overlooked aspect of the production is sound recording, which plays a critical role in the final product. Capturing sound during filming is a delicate art that requires a skilled team of professionals. From the assistant operator who holds a microphone on a long pole to capture dialogue, to the sound mixer who balances the levels of different audio tracks, every member of the sound crew plays an important role. But capturing sound isn't always easy. Ambient noise, like the hum of an air conditioner or the whir of a passing plane, can interfere with dialogue. Actors who move around on set can create unwanted sounds that distract from the scene. And outdoor shoots can be particularly challenging, as wind, rain, and other elements can wreak havoc on audio quality. Despite these challenges, sound recording is an essential component of filmmaking. And thanks to advancements in technology, the process has become more precise and nuanced than ever before. From advanced microphones to sophisticated software, sound professionals have an array of tools at their disposal to capture the perfect audio. Indeed, sound recording is often an underappreciated aspect of filmmaking, but without it, the final product would be incomplete. The audio elements of a production can make or break a scene, with poorly recorded or mixed audio drawing the viewer out of the story and detracting from the overall experience. In addition to its importance in film and TV, sound recording also plays a crucial role in other forms of media, such as podcasts, video games, and virtual reality experiences. Each medium presents its own unique challenges, but the principles of sound recording remain the same: capturing and manipulating audio to create an immersive and engaging experience for the audience. Sound recording is not just a technical process, it is an art form that requires creativity, intuition, and a deep understanding of the emotional impact of sound. From the subtle rustling of leaves to the thunderous roar of an explosion, every sound has the power to evoke a particular emotion and enhance the story being told on screen. In a world where technology is constantly advancing, sound professionals must continue to adapt and innovate to keep up with the ever-changing demands of the industry. Their artistry and expertise may go unnoticed, but their contribution to the final product is immeasurable.